Yo, this is it. I'm Mr. Fit, and you're listening to Attack of the Beats on IllMuzik.com. Well, I took a few weeks off, and I think that was rightfully deserved. Been putting in work the past few months, actually, with this show, and it's been actually going really well. So you guys keep sending in your beats. I keep reviewing them and stuff, and it's really good. I enjoy doing this stuff. And but I need to take a break here and there and stuff. So I thought, in the new year, you know what? I'll just chill for a few weeks, see what's happening. And surprisingly, you guys still sent the beats in, so that's pretty good. So anyway, so since we're overdue, I'll get right to it. First up, we've got Mr. Beautiful Noise with Beat N. Let's check it out.
You're certainly making a beautiful noise.
All right. Okay, so that was Beautiful Noise with Beat N. All right, so this one's pretty fucking dope. I like that sample. Nice guitar sample. It's that's a nice one, actually. Yeah, it's really smooth, and it's funny because I'm listening to it, and it does get a little repetitive, right? I mean, it's just looped over and over, but I can hear in the background like the other another subtle guitar, whatever, a little subtle guitar track. So I don't know if that's part of. I'm assuming it's part of the sample. I don't know if it is or not. So if it is, either way, I mean, if it is, whatever, I would suggest, I know you had a little breakdown, you took the drums out, and that was great, but maybe take that little background drum part, guitar part, I should say, and have that as a little change up, okay? And because, it does, like I said, it does get a little repetitive, but anyway, it's still fucking good, but if you can just change up the guitar just slightly or whatever, just for a change up, just for the hell of it, see how it goes. Because that background one, it's very subtle, but I can hear it and it sounds good. So, why not try to use it or whatever? Use it on its own. And drums are nice kick, nice snare. The hat, I would, just lower just slightly. And the kick, right at the beginning, the kick was more like it was like there was a little too much of the kick. You know what I mean? It's like sometimes the kick is put in there in the wrong place, you know what I mean? So that's why it's I always prefer to just start off with like just a kick and snare, right? Just kick, snare all the way through, and then add in as you need or whatever. And so in your case, maybe something like that. But I do like what you did. It's just that I just find like right at the beginning, those extra kicks were unnecessary and stuff. So, but I think the main thing about this beat is that guitar. It's really nice, but it's just there's plenty of other things you could do. I mean, there's some, you could add strings, horns to it, whatever, and see how it goes. And maybe even add like an electric guitar on top of this acoustic guitar and see how it goes. So yeah, dope beat, man, dope beat. All right, so next up we've got Eli Lev with Watch Me Roll. Let's check it out. All right. Okay, so that was Eli Lev with Watch Me Roll. So, you have, it's a good beat because you have some good synth work. You got a really good intro, and everything just kind of holds its own with just the synths and the drums. Like, it just holds its own and stuff. So, and what's interesting is, a lot of these types of beats, they have a lot of heavy kicks, heavy 808s and stuff like that. And, you didn't have that. So you had it was a thick kick. But you didn't throw in the 808. And actually, it's funny because I'm listening to it, and when I heard the bass line, it sounded okay. I liked it, but honestly, I would do away with that bass line and just throw in an 808 on the first kick of every bar or every couple of bars or whatever, something like that. Because that bass line, it was a little basic, but I think if you just have the 808, the 808, like along with the other kick, don't forget to lower that kick though, and then just have that every few bars and see how that sounds. Because the reason why I'm saying this is because the rest of the beat, the rest of the sounds, they hold their own. I mean, it just sounds really good. So the synth work is good. You got a lot of nice change ups, really good intro. Yeah, I mean, pretty much just the bassline thing, and then everything else sounds really nice, and yeah, you did a good job on that shit. So, but it's interesting because, like I said, I mean. I would suggest just going with the 808, or if you want, just do a bass line, but do like a full bass line, because the one you have just a couple of notes. So, because really this type of beat, I mean, you could really get creative with the bass line. You could have like a saw bass or something, because it's just, it would just fit, because the way the rest of the sounds are. So you got two options there, bass line or 808. All right, so next up we've got Jordan with Big Bang. Let's check it out. right, all right. Okay, so that was Jordan with Big Bang. Now, this one's really interesting because when I'm listening to it, okay, it's first of all, you get the nice synth in the background, like the main synth. And the reason why I like it is because it sounds like something from a horror movie. You know, it sounds like some epic shit from some horror movie. The killer's about to come in and cut everybody up and fuck them up, whatever. Anyway, but no, it's a nice synth. I like what you did with that. But the thing that's weird about it is that you don't have the bass line. You just got the 808 and the kick, and the pattern you did with that is the type of pattern I would expect from an actual bass line. So that's the thing that caught my attention right away. I was like, okay, so instead I would suggest do away with the 808. Okay, so just have your kick there and then have your bass line, but do the same pattern you just did, but with an actual bass line, and that would really sound good. That and that synth part, that'd be really good. That'd be a hard hitting beat, man, because the way you did with the 808, it's just like I was just saying with the previous beat. A lot of guys that do the 808s, but they put too much, it's like it's overwhelming and stuff, it just hits too much. So I would suggest, just have the regular kick, but then do the same pattern you have now, but with an actual bass line, an actual bass guitar or whatever. So, and see how that sounds. I think it would sound really, really good, the bass line. It sound really smooth. And as far as the snare's good, but I'm not a big fan of the snares that are in stereo, so I would love to hear what you can do with this beat. If you had, do away with that, just have the snare in the middle, smacking in the middle with a bit of reverb on it. It'll fill out that space, so give some nice high end and stuff, and see how that sounds. I would love to hear that. So, but overall, I like it. I like the synth, but it's just that low end part. I think if you just need some adjustments on that, and to have an actual bass line instead. So, all right. So next up, we got Tanner with More Money. Or is it More Money? Wait, it's Money. Okay, Tanner with Money. Let's check it out. All right. Okay, so that was Tanner with Money. So this one, I really like that drum pattern. Nice drum pattern you got there. It's really good. And when I'm listening to it, as it's going in at the beginning, the feeling I got from it was that it would be really nice on top of this, some nice keys, like a nice, like a Rhodes or something. That's the type of vibe I got from the drum pattern alone. So I would suggest you do that, because what I heard was when all of a sudden you bring in that synth part, and it didn't go with what you had already with the drums. So I would do away with the synth part. I don't think it matches at all, and just have like I said, some smooth keys over those drums. I'm not trying to change. I mean, that's the thing when I do these reviews. It's like I'm not trying to change anybody's beats here, like trying to get you to do a different style or anything like that. But I'm just making suggestions because that's the type of, thing I would assume you'd be doing. It's the type of vibe I get from what you're doing right now and stuff. So maybe try a smooth keys, so like Rhodes or whatever, and just see what you can come up with that because of the type of drums you have going on and stuff. And as far as the bass was kind of there. It was kind of muddy. So, you got to find like some kind of nice bass VST or something like that. Some nice plugin because, for the longest time I was using sub bass and all these other samples or whatever the hell I was using. And, it's very hard to find a nice bass sound stuff. So what I did was I found a nice plugin. It was from Cakewalk. And I can't remember which one it is. It's some bass guitar plugin. And, it's fucking dope. So once you get a nice one, I mean, man, you got like all these bass guitars you can play with. You can pitch them up and down, do whatever the hell you want with them. And it makes a world of difference. So when you get that, so that's why I suggest that to anybody. Just get a good plugin, a good VST that you can get for bass. Okay, some kind of bass guitar. Get that, and once you get that, if you really work on that shit, you'll have a nice beat all the time, regardless. I mean, because you have a nice drum track with the bass right there. It's like you're ahead of everyone else. So try to find something like that, and so do that. So smooth the keys on top. Do away with the synth you have now because it really doesn't work with those drums and stuff. So, but yeah, give it a shot, man. Because like I said, the bass makes a big difference. So, all right. So next up, we get the last beat. It's Vase with For Whatever. Let's check it out. All right. Okay, so that was Vase with For Whatever. All right, so this is a really good beat. I like this. This actually really surprised me. I didn't expect this type of beat. Just the beginning, I'm like, okay, here we go, whatever. And but then, as it goes on, and I mean, it just, you had some nice change ups there, some great drum work. The drum work was what really stood out. And the bass was what surprised me, really, was that it worked because you had, it kind of sounds like a punchy bass at the beginning, but then it just, goes into like a bass tone. So it's good. I like it. It's a nice bass note or whatever. And yeah, it really, really fits. And so that and the drums, that's a nice combination. Like I said, nice change ups. And for the synth, the main synth part with the keys or whatever, it sounds good. It's just that one little part where you go a little higher up in the note, it just sounds warped. So I'm assuming you did that on purpose because it's all the way through. So for that, that I would change because it just doesn't sound right. Even though if it's intentional or whatever, it just doesn't sound right to me. So it sounds like it's a mistake. You know what I mean? So, but you know, that could easily be fixed. You know, but overall though, the beat's fucking solid. You know, it's a solid beat. You did a good job of just putting the whole thing together. It's like a nice 2 minutes, a nice 2-minute product, let's say. So that's a really good beat. Thumbs up on that one. All right, so that's it for me. I'm Mr. Fade. This is Attack of the Beats. And don't forget to keep sending your beats in. Keep uploading them. Go to the forums, check them out, get involved in some conversations, see what's going on. We got beat battles and radio shows and all kinds of other shit. So just make sure you leave your feedback and let me know what's going on. And that's it for me. All right, so my favorite beat this week, the winner is, drum roll please, Vase with For Whatever. Let's check it out.